All right. So, sorry about the weird angle and about if it bounces around a lot and all of those other things, because I am doing a car vlog. Clearly, I have you set up in the most convenient place. It's been weird because I have been wanting to do a vlog, but getting to the time to just sit down and talk has been hard. However, I drive around all the damn time now. So I was like, you know what? Car vlog. That's where this is finally gonna come together. So that's where we're at. I'm trying not to sneeze. My allergies are going nuts. Okay. Trying to think of everything. All right. I kind of feel like we should talk about the fact that I almost deleted my channel. And the reason, or not deleted it, but like left it behind just to be what it was and start a new one. And the reason I didn't is because I feel like I really don't want to. Like, first of all, some of my really good friends have come from this channel and still a part of this channel. And I have found so much love in a handful of the people who I met through this channel that I don't want to leave it behind. Now, granted, a lot of those people I am now friends with on other social media, but still, it just was kind of weird. Like, I was more attached to this channel than any other blog that I've started and been like, okay, I've outgrown this blog now or anything. So what I did do was go back and basically make private. I didn't delete all my videos, but I made them private, just because I don't really feel a lot of connection with all of them. I did leave my video, I think the furthest back video that is still available at this point is the video talking when I came on to the channel and told you guys that my brother had died. And that video was left up because I feel like that is kind of the catalyst for the next couple of years that brings us to now, a year and a half. And because I feel like when I talk about life now, it has a lot to do with that, and obviously things before as well, but so it felt the most connected to the going forward, and I felt like I think I'm gonna go through my videos. Sorry, I'm really dealing with allergies. I think I'm gonna go through my videos, and the ones that kind of transfer to this journey, I'm gonna re-put onto the channel or republic them. Republic, I don't know. And eventually maybe all of them. I don't know. I just felt like that's just so not part of my story right this moment, and I need to focus on the one in front of me. And the one in front of me goes like this. It's so hard to come back from addiction. It is, I mean, obviously it's so hard. Like, my brother never did it. And I am just blessed in a way that my addiction isn't one that's laced with fentanyl nowadays. Because if they start putting fentanyl in food, I would not probably be able to stop myself from eating it. I have severe food allergies, and I still can't keep myself under control all the time because I am an addict. So there you go. But okay, so it's not easy to come back from that. And then when there are so many things between you and happiness, absolute, that aren't even part of the addiction, it's like such a weird thing to like come almost like back to life just to find life a complete mess. And I think that for a very long time in my life, I was just running on like adrenaline and fumes. And that is true when I start to think about how old I was when like Katrina happened. I was 24, and I know that 24 is an adult, but it's still very, very young. I had literally just bought my first home. I had put everything, all of my money, I had borrowed money, my parents always told us that you get X amount of dollars for getting married. And then they were like, well, we'll give you that money to buy your house if that's what you want. And I was like, yes, that's what I want. So they did. I borrowed money. I had like put all of my energy and time into it, and I bought my home. And all of the surrounding circumstances on why I bought my home and how and everything was traumatic and sad and rough, but like I felt like this accomplishment. I felt this freedom. I was so like, I'm there. I can practically taste it. And when I say that I had bought my home, I had bought a mobile home, had it put into an exclusive park, for real. Like, it's like a waiting list, exclusive. Like, he was very overprotective, which is great, about the people he let in. It was a very small park in a very old neighborhood that was a great school district. It was like things were finally gonna be okay. I could just see it. And it was to the point where it didn't have electricity yet. It had just got put in. I had, my brother and dad had just brought furniture. I had been paying storage fees to keep my grandmother's furniture for years, because I knew I wanted her furniture, and it was in, and I was there with no electricity. I did have running water, and it's hot as balls in Louisiana, so I was able to be in there and open the windows and just put things away, and I was just in it, and it was so hot and so miserable, but at the same time I could see what was gonna be, and I was so like, it's gonna be okay. And then Katrina hit and wiped that out, and it took like, I had nothing left because I had put everything into that home, and like, I mean like financially and stuff, and then I had like nothing left, literally, and it was just insane. And when I think about how that mapped the rest of my life, and how it just was kind of like a very traumatic time where I thought I was going to be able to come up for air, that ran into another traumatic time, and there were moments where I was able to come up for air, but there was just so much. And even when things kind of lined up in my own life, when I started losing weight, and I was like, okay, we had bought a house and we were married, and it's like, oh, okay, like we're fine, like things are finally settling in. I was still dealing with my brother's addiction and what it was doing within the family, which is a very hard thing. So, and that, you know, like that takes you like all the way to then when we were about to move, and I stopped being able to exercise for several reasons. One of them was a mental health reason. My anxiety scared me so bad. I used to love going for solo runs. My anxiety scared me so bad I could not leave the house alone. Like, I was scared something bad was going to happen. The second reason was because we were showing our house, and there's just no scheduling that. So it was like for months, like in and out, like the schedule was a mess. Then we moved to my mom's. That was rough. We got to the new house. It was infested with bugs. That was like, and there were just so many issues. And then right when, once again, we finally were like, okay, I joined a gym, and it was like, this is life. We're finally here. We're going to kind of like breathe and just let it happen. My brother died. And I have to say that up until the point of that, living through Katrina, I have always said I was so blessed because my family made it. People didn't make it. They didn't get out. My family made it. I was blessed that I made it, because I was not going to leave. I was going to stay, because I had been through this so many other times that I was just like, that's stupid. We're going to just be back in no time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about it. But I did. Like, I left at the like last minute, and that was like through things lining up correctly. I wound up leaving, and it was, and I mean, when I say last minute, I think like I got in my car and started driving less than 24 hours before Katrina hit land. So I really wasn't gonna go. The fact that I made it is amazing. The fact that my brother chose to leave and not like party with his friends, like I looked around thinking I have nothing, but my family is all here. My father was not. He was still in New Orleans, and that was a scary situation, but it was, he got with us about, I would say, a week later. He finally got to us, because he worked in New Orleans at a hospital, so he had to stay. But anyway, so I really felt like, did I experience Katrina? I absolutely did. I'm telling you guys, like, at the time that Katrina hit, I was sitting on a sofa with my aunt, and it dawned on me that I was wearing the only clothes I had, because when I tell you that I left last minute and that, like, I wasn't planning on leaving, I really wasn't. Like, I didn't even throw anything together. And part of my brain was kind of like, we're gonna be back in 2 days. This is not a big deal. The other part of my brain was like, this shit is very scary. It feels different, but I don't know. It's hard to process those things. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I lost everything. My home, my finances, my job, my boss winded up, we were all supposed to go back to work for him, and he wound up killing himself afterwards for a lot of different reasons, but depression, mental illness, and Katrina wrapped up into that. That was horrifying, because he was like family, and that was traumatic and awful, and just all of it. And so Katrina felt like total devastation, like everything, you know, your neighborhoods, your home, your new home, your like job, like the entire structure of your mind and memories and being was just gone. And it was really, really devastating. But I will also say that when my brother died, I realized that, like, I had never ever felt actual devastation, which is a weird thing to say. I had never, it was completely different. It was like, I don't know, it was completely different. And I felt like it set me apart, because like I would see everybody doing life, and my brain would be screaming, how can you just act so normal, you know? And I would be cooking and like taking a chicken out the oven and be like, how can you just take your chicken out the oven when like he's just dead? Like, that's never gonna be, I don't know. And I'm gonna say all of that again. I'll talk more about that, because I do feel like talking more about that is important. But like, and I'll talk more about how I feel and how I process that now. But so that really, that is like, up until that point in December 2016, was I exercising regularly? No. Was I eating the greatest? No. But I kind of was still like aware and like kind of working out here and there, and I wasn't eating crazy. I can tell you honestly, so my brother died and we hit the road to go take care of things we had to take care of. He was living, I don't know, 4.5 hours away, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I don't know. So we left to go take care of everything, and I literally did not drink anything but coffee for like 4 days. And like, then it was either coffee or caffeine in some other sense. I didn't drink water for probably, I'm gonna go easily like two or 3 months, until I was like, oh, I have to drink water, like I feel terrible. I did not eat anything, and like I would not be hungry, I would not like be aware of anything, and then like, and I really couldn't cook or anything, and then it was like when I did eat, it was kind of like a, okay, we gotta find food, so we would just find food, like, and I'm talking about during those first days when we were on the road and stuff, so it was like going to pick up fast food or like pizza or, you know, some shit like that. Like, it was just trash food you're just getting through, and that just kind of led to like triggering more addiction behavior where I like did not eat unless I was eating garbage. So I didn't drink water or anything. I certainly didn't exercise or move. I was not eating anything but garbage. My anxiety was amplified in ways unknown. I can't even explain in this video. That's not even what this video is about. But like, all of that stuff happened and continued to happen and just kept spiraling. And so that was, today is the 12th of July. So that was a year and 7 months ago that all of that started. And probably actually 3 weeks ago, I joined the gym in January, and I had been twice, and I really was like, should I just cancel this? But in my mind, I was like, I cannot just cancel. Like, I have to go to the gym. Well, thankfully at Planet Fitness, you can bring a person with you if you are a Black Card member. Ooh, exclusive. So I had done that so that I could bring Amber. So for $20 a month, like, Amber and I can go to the gym, which is amazing and great, and I love Planet Fitness. So Amber was like, she kept saying like, do you want to go to the gym? And I would be like, no, I don't. Well, finally she was like, do you want to go to the gym? And I was like, okay, let's go to the gym. So we went to the gym, and we did, like, I don't know if you know anything about Planet Fitness, but they have a 30-minute circuit, and we did the 30-minute circuit, and it was like, oh, okay, we did that. By that time, a couple weeks ago, I'd already been through physical therapy for my shoulder, which I hurt previous to my brother's passing, and it just got worse and worse and worse. I hate the word passing. Previous to his death. Not that I like that word, but I don't like passing. My brother passed. I don't know why. But anyway, in January after that, so January 2017, it was like so messed up I could barely move it, and I basically amplified my Advil usage by like 1,000, and so on and so forth, and so I just caused all kinds of other issues with the Advil. But in September of 2017, I went to the doctor for the pain that I was in and for the anxiety, and she put me on new medicine for depression, and that's another story that I'll talk about. And then referred me to a new rheumatologist, which I haven't had since I left work 7.5 years ago. And then I went to the rheumatologist, who sent me to physical therapy. So I've had my left shoulder rehabbed. So when we started working out, I was like, okay, let's do the circuit. I'll be very careful. I am somebody who, when I work out, likes to go, but I am really trying to dial that shit back, because I can feel, sorry about that. I like to dial that shit back because I can feel the strain on my right shoulder that has not been rehabbed. So I'm really trying to be conscious. We did the workout, and I was like, okay. We went back the next day. All right, great. Couldn't go because I had work. Went back finally. So we are now regularly every other day going to the gym, and it really is. It really helped me like kind of go and like breathe life back in. And I'm working on my anxiety and manifesting positivity and the life that I want. And I really think the gym is helping with all of that. But so all of that, what's this, like 20 minutes to get to this point? So I look in the mirror, and it's like, who the fuck is this? Like, who is this person? Because now, like, that, this is so messed up, and I know this is how it is when you get sober, but now that sobriety is setting in, it's like, whoa, like, look at my skin. My skin has gone to shit. Like, my eyebrows look horrible. I haven't taken care of my eyebrows in so long. I haven't taken care of my skin. I, like, the year and a half of not drinking enough water, not eating good foods, like, all of that is not just reflected in the weight that I have gained. It's also in how, in like my very essence, in my pores and stuff. And so I'm like, in my hair, like, not being dyed and just being like dirty all the time. And like, it's almost like I woke up and I like saw myself finally, and it's like I can see the addiction and the depression and the anxiety in my like physical reflection, and it's just kind of horrifying, and I don't want it, if that makes sense. I just don't want it. So I'm really like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, obviously you start drinking enough water, so I'm gonna drink enough water, and I've been working on that, and it's been getting a lot better. I am exercising, eating right. I've been eating pretty good for a week, and I'm going to continue and actually set some new rules in place and get a little stricter with it, because I feel like addiction behaviors, when food is your problem, kind of tend to morph and change, and I certainly can see where I'm staying within the boundaries I gave myself and how I define sobriety, but maybe pushing some of those limits. So I'm going to fix that, and I'll talk to you guys about that, and everything else. But also I am really working on natural pain relief and art. I really want to be immersing myself in positivity, in the magic of this universe, in my spiritual relationship with God, and just life. So I'm feeling very much like I can kind of see, and I can kind of feel, and I am moving towards it, and that feels good, which is kind of scary, and it feels strange because I just talked to you guys about the extreme trauma that surrounded both times in my life when I felt like maybe I can breathe. So there's this like scary association with feeling like maybe I can breathe and what comes next. But I've really been focusing on manifesting my way out of that fear and on positive thoughts and vibes, and just trying to clear that from my mind by being like, oh, that is me making some fucked up like association, and my brother didn't die because I was finally close to realizing what I wanted in my life, and to physically having it. And Katrina didn't hit because I was close to physically being out of a bad situation and close to being able to breathe, like, so even though I know that logically there's this like weird association within me, and so I am really focusing on when that starts to like rev up anxiety and fear, on like talking myself down and backing myself out of it. Amber's really good about hearing that and like being kind and patient enough to go, no, calm down, breathe. So it's getting better, and I'm hopeful, which is amazing, because I truly did not think I would feel hopeful again. I've had happiness. I see my kids and I'm full of love and they make me happy, but I didn't know that I could feel the way I'm feeling now again. And to be honest, my brother is a part of that, in the way that like I am really trying to like not ignore that. Like I am really sad and still really, really fucked up over it, but I am kind of embracing that. Like I feel like people get very much like, oh, how are you? But they don't want to hear about like how you actually are when you're not great. So I'm starting to be more honest. I'm starting to like wear it on the outside instead of like waiting to be alone to cry or whatever. It's like, you know what? This is who I am. This is what I'm living, and this is all of it. So I'm gonna need you to like either see me and hear me, or maybe not be in this space with me, kind of thing. I don't know how to explain that more. I'll go into all of that because I plan on spending more time with you guys. Amber has officially agreed to be a part of the channel, and I do have a video of her up where she is talking about wild edibles, which is something she's really into and has been amazing, and will be part of the like natural pain what's it called, natural pain management. And you know, just with like what's happening here? Okay. With like animal projects. I also have a video up where I introduce you to my betta fish totem, and just things like that. So the channel, I figure it, and I have a lot of speed paints. So there's going to be a whole lot of art. There's going to be a good amount of there's going to be a whole lot of art. There's going to be a good amount. Are you coming, sir? Do it then. A lot of art, a good amount of like outdoor projects, and like animal stuff, like just the land. There's gonna be gym videos and like weight and health update videos, and by that I don't mean just being like, oh, here's a weigh-in and blah blah blah, just like overall health. I'm gonna talk about my brother and about grieving, and I guess my plan, because I feel like it's like so much and in so many different directions, is just to kind of keep playlist organizing things, like there you go, and to properly label them so that you can tune in when you care and you can skip the crap you don't care about. Like that's the goal. So there it all is. Put it all out there, and I hate pulling out at this place. Look forward to building back up the channel and putting myself back together even better than I was, and everything else, and reconnecting with you guys in an actual interesting and good way, because I feel like I haven't really connected with you guys in a long time. Even when I'm kind of talking to you, I've just felt like a zombie. So I'm looking forward to not being a zombie and to being more active in life and on the vlogging. And I will talk to you guys later.